समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा।
ॐ वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा।
सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारंभं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा।
सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा।
गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः।
गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः।
Thank you, Sai. So we have completed almost 20 slokas in Vishnu Sahasranama. Some have chanted also. Now today we are going to start Dhyana Sloka. Okay. So this all of you can repeat one by one. Okay. Only Dhyana Sloka today because it is little tough to pronounce. So you have to concentrate. Okay. So Sai, we will start from Sai only. Sai, you are ready?
Amma, what about the other one, the Asya Shri something?
That it is not required. That only when we are doing some puja, at that time only it is required. So this is normal chanting, that is not required. Okay.
Okay.
But if you have learned, you can do while doing it at our home. Okay, at your home. That's no problem. But here in the class, we will start from Dhyana Sloka. Ready? Kshirodhanvat Pradeshe. Okay. Kshirodhanvat Pradeshe.
Kshirodhanvat Pradeshe.
Chuchimani Vilasat Saikate.
Suchimani Vilasat Sakaite.
Saikate.
Saikate.
Mauktikanam.
Mauktikanam.
Mala Kliptasanasta.
Mala Kliptasanasta.
Spatika Maninibair.
Spatika Mani Nibhai.
Mauktikayir Mandilangaha.
Mauktakai Mandin Tagnaga.
Mauktikayir Mandidangaha.
Mauktikai Manditagnaga.
Mandidangaha.
Manditangaha.
Shubrairabhrairadabrai.
Shubhrairabhrairadabhrai.
Rupari.
Upari.
Shubrairabhrairadabrai rupari.
Shubhrairabhrairadabhrai upari.
Virachitair mukta.
Virachitai mukta.
Piyushavarshaihi.
Pirushavashyaihi.
Anandina.
Anandina.
Puniyadari.
Puniyadari.
Nalinagada.
Nalinagada.
Shankapanir mukundaha.
Shankapani mukundaha.
Very good. Once more we will do. Kshirodhanvat Pradeshe.
Kshirodhanvat Pradeshe.
Shuchimani Vilasat Saikate.
Shuchimani Vilasat Sakaite.
Vilasat Saikate.
Vilasat Saikate.
Shuchimani Vilasat Saikate.
Shuchimani Vilasat Sakaite.
Saikate.
Saikate.
Shuchimani Vilasat Saikate.
Suchimani vilasat saikate.
Correct. Mauktikanam.
Mauktikanam.
Mala kliptasanastha.
Mala klipta sanasta.
Spatika mani nibair.
Spatika mani nibhair.
Mauktikayir.
Mauktikayir.
Manditangaha.
Manditangaha.
Shubrairabreiradabrai.
Shubrai dabrai radabrai.
Rupari.
Rupari.
Shubrairabreiradabrai.
Shubrai rabrai. Radabrai upari.
Virachitair.
Virachitair.
Muktapiyushavarshaihi.
Mukta Piyushivashai.
Piyushavarshaihi.
Piyushavarshaihi.
Anandina.
Anandina.
Puniyadari.
Punyatari.
Nalinagada.
Nalinagada.
Shankapanir mukundaha.
Shankapanir Mukundaha.
Very good, Sai. Very good. You are chanting very nicely. All will chant today this same sloka. While others chanting also, you listen and you can chant muted yourself. Okay. Next, Vishuta. Kshirodanvat Pradeshe.
Sushimani vilasat saikate muktikana.
You can repeat, okay? Because I know you know, but still no, for others' sake, you may repeat, okay? Kshirodanvat Pradeshe.
Danvat Pradeshe.
Shuchimani Vilasat Saikate.
Sushimani vilasat saikate.
Mauktikanam.
Mautikana.
Mala Kliptasanastha.
Mala Kipta Samasta.
Patika Maninibair.
Patika Mani Nibhai.
Mauktikayir Manditangaha.
Mautikai Manditangaha.
Shubrairabreiradabrai.
Sudrairabhairadabhai upari.
Virachitair Muktapiyushavashaihi.
Rachite Mukta Piyushavashe.
Anandina Puni.
Anandina Punina.
Yadari Nalinagada.
Yanadikari Jagada.
Shankapanir Mukundaha.
Shankapani Mukundaha.
Once more. Kshirodanvat Pradeshe.
Kshirodanvat Pradeshe.
Shuchimani Vilasat Saikate.
Suchimani vilasat saikate.
Mauktikanam.
Mautikānām.
Mala Kliptasanastha.
Mālā Suktāsanasta.
Patika Maninibair.
Patika Maninibai.
Mauktikayir Manditangaha.
Mautikai Manditangaha.
Shubrairabreiradabrai.
Dabhairavare upari.
Virachitair Muktapiyushavashaihi.
Virachite Mukta Piyushavarshai.
Anandina Puni.
Anandina Puni.
Yadari Nalinagada.
Yadnari Naligata.
Shankapanir Mukundaha.
Sankapani Mukundaha.
Thank you, Vishtita. Next. Who is next? Virat is there?
Yes, he's there.
Yes, Amma.
Virat, you can repeat, okay?
Okay, Amma.
Kshirodanvat Pradeshe.
Kshirodanvat prashede.
Pradeshe.
Pradeshe.
Kshirodanvat Pradeshe.
Kshirodanvat Pradeshe.
Shuchimani Vilasat
Suchimani Vilasat
Saikate.
Saikate.
Mauktikanam.
Mauktikanam.
Mala Kliptasanastha.
Mala Klipta Sanastha.
Spatika Manini Bhair.
Sphatika Mani Nibhai.
Maukti Manditangaha.
Mauktikhe Mandika Tagnaha.
Manditangaha.
Manditangaha.
Shubrairabreiradabrai.
Shuddhai Shubhrai Radabhrai.
It is slightly difficult. I will cut it a little more small. Shubrairabrai.
Shubhrai Rabhrai.
Radabrai.
Radhabhrai.
Rupari.
Rupari.
Again, start all together. Shubrairabrai radabrai.
Shubhrai Rabhrai Radhabhrai.
Very good. Rupari.
Rupari.
Virachitair.
Virachitai.
Muktapiyushavarshaihi.
Mukta Piyusha Varshaihi.
Anandina.
Anandina.
Puniyadari.
Puniyadari.
Nalinagada.
Nalinagada.
Chankapanir mukundaha.
Shankapanir Mukundaha.
Very good. Once more we'll do. You have to concentrate and practice also. Okay. When others are doing at that time also, you have to chant, muting yourself. Okay. Once
Yeah.
more. Kshirodanvat Pradeshe.
Kshirodhanvat Pradeshe.
Shuchimani Vilasat
Suchimani Vilasat.
Saikate.
Saikate.
Mauktikanam.
Mauktikanam.
Mala Kliptasanastha.
Mala Klipta Sanasta.
Spatika Manini Bhair.
Spatikanani Vibhai.
Mauktikayir Manditangaha.
Mauktikhair Mandithangaha.
Shubrairabreiradabrai.
Shubhrai Rabhrai Radabhrai.
Rupari.
Rupari.
Virachitair.
Virachitair.
Muktapiyushavarshaihi.
Mukta Piyusha Varshaihi.
Anandina.
Anandina.
Puniyadari nalinagada.
Puniyardani Rinagada.
Puniyadari.
Punirdari.
Puniyadari.
Puniyadari.
Nalinagada.
Nalinagada.
Chankapanir mukundaha.
Shankapanir Mukundaha.
Very good, Virat. Keep practicing. Okay. Next, who is next? Hasini,
Yes, Amma.
ready?
Yes, Amma.
Kshirodanvat Pradeshe.
Kshirodanvat Pradeshi.
Shuchimani Vilasat
Suchimani Vilasat.
Saikate.
Saikate.
Mauktikanam.
Mauktikanam.
Mala Kliptasanastha.
Mala Klipta Sanasta.
Spatika Manini Bhair.
Spatika Manini Bhair.
Mauktikayir Manditangaha.
Mautikair Manditanaga.
Manditangaha.
Manditangaha.
Shubrairabrai.
Shubhrai
Radabrai.
Radhabrai.
Rupari.
Rupari.
Shubrairabhrairadabrai.
Shubrairabhrairab. Amma, can you repeat it?
Shubrairabhrairadabrai.
Shubrairabhrairabrai.
Rupari.
Rubari.
Virachitair.
Virachitair.
Muktapiyushavashaihi.
Muktapiyushavarshaihi.
Anandina.
Anandina.
Puniyadari nalinagada.
Puniyatan arinagla gadha.
Puniyadari
Puniyadari
nalinagada.
alina gadha.
Nalinagada.
Nalina gadha.
Shankapanir mukundaha.
Shankapanir mukundaha.
Once more. Shirodanvat pradeshe.
Kshirobdanvat pradeshi.
Shuchimani vilasat saikate.
Suchimani vilasat taikate.
Mauktikanam.
Mauktikanam.
Mala kliptasanasta.
Mala kliptanasa sanasta.
Mala kliptasanasta.
Mala kliptanasanasta.
Kliptasanasta. Kliptasanasta.
Kliptastanasta.
Mala kliptasanasta.
Mala kliptasanasta.
Correct. Spatika manini bair.
Patika manini bhai.
Maukti manditangah.
Mauktikai manditanaga.
Manditangah.
Manditangaha.
Shubrairabrai.
Shubrairabrai.
Radabrai.
Pradabrai.
Rupari.
Rupari.
All together. Shubrairabrai. Radabrai. Rupari.
Shubrairabrai radabrai upari.
Virachitair.
Virachitair.
Muktapiyushavarshaihi.
Muktapiyushavarshaihi.
Anandina.
Anandina.
Puniyadari.
Puniyadari.
Nalinagada.
Nalinagada.
Shankapanir mukundaha.
Shankapanir mukundaha.
Thank you. You have to practice. Okay. Next
Okay.
week also we will do the same sloka only with everybody because it is little tough. So everybody has to chant. So who is next now? One more person can do today. Hema, you just tell who is next. You can tell your name. Who is ready?
Kushi.
Kushi. Okay, very good. Kushi, you can repeat. Okay. Shirodanvat pradeshe.
Shirodanvat pradeshi.
Shuchimani
Chimani.
vilasat
Vilasat.
saikate.
Te.
Mauktikanam.
Tikana.
Mala klipta.
La klipta.
Sanasta.
Nasta.
Spatika manini bair.
Patikamani nibhai.
Maukti
Tikai.
manditangah.
Titangaha.
Shubrairabrai.
Shubrairabrai.
Radabrai.
Brai.
Rupari.
Upari.
Virachitair.
Virachitai.
मुक्तपीयूषवर्षैः
मुक्तपीयूषवर्षहै
आनन्दीन
आनन्दीन
पुनीयादरि
पुनीयादरि
नलिनगदा
नलिनगदा
चङ्कपाणिर्मुकुन्दः
पाणिः मुकुन्दः
Once more we will do. क्षीरोदन्वत्प्रदेशे
क्षीरोदन्वत्प्रदेशे
शुचिमणिविलसत्
शुचिमणिविलसत्
सैकते
सैकते
मौक्तिकानां
कानां
मालाक्लिप्तासनस्त
मालाक्लिप्तासनस्त
स्फटिकमणिनिभैर्
स्फटिकमणिनिभै
मौक्तिकैर्मण्डिताङ्गः
मुक्तिकै मण्डिताङ्गः
शुभ्रैरभ्रैः
शुभ्रैरभ्रै
रदभ्रैः
रडभ्रै
त्रुपरि
उपरि
विरचितैर्
विरचितै
मुक्तपीयूषवर्षैः
मुक्तपीयूषवर्षहै
वर्षैः
वर्ष
वर्ष आनन्दीन
आनन्दीन
पुनीयादरि
पुनीयादरि
नलिनगदा
नलिनगदा
शङ्खपाणिर्मुकुन्दः.
पाणि मुकुन्दः.
Thank you, Kushi. All of you practice this sloka. This is little tough. So you have to practice again and again. Next class also we will repeat the same. Okay. Thank you. Over to Sudha ma'am.
Namaste, all children. So we once again briefly talk about our Sanatana Dharma, because when we introduce Sanatana Dharma, some of you were not there. So a brief introduction, then we continue with today's topic. How many of you remember Sanatana Dharma is another name for what? What is known as Sanatana Dharma? Vedant? Vedant?
Hinduism.
Hinduism, yes. Our religion, Hinduism, is known by the name Sanatana Dharma. Normally, when we say religion, immediately we think it's only about God and prayer. Sanatana Dharma goes beyond that. Sanatana Dharma stresses the way we live, dharmic way of living. That is more important. Sanatana Dharma gives more importance to values. What is the meaning of the word Sanatana? Remember Sanatana meaning? Who remembers why it is called Sanatana?
Eternal.
Eternal, yes. Eternal means it can never be destroyed. It is forever. And Dharma means, Dharma has so many meanings. The way we live, our character building, everything is involved in Dharma. So we saw many values which are pillars of Sanatana Dharma. Do you remember those values? Can anyone mention some of the values? Okay, these are the values. Do you remember? Can you tell? A few values we discussed one by one. Sanatana Dharma values. Forgot. What values we discussed? Okay, I'll start with that. Faith in God, truthfulness. After that, you think of some values which we have to follow in life. Come. Yes, Virat. Virat?
Amma, this is Hasini.
Amma, we're following honesty, loyalty, nobility. We should respect people. We should be simple. We should be disciplined. We should have sattvic food, and we should also take Amma. We should also take spiritual wisdom. We should have humility, and we should also have courage. Yeah.
Okay, anybody else? You want to add something, some other value?
Honesty and charity.
Yes, charity. Yes, charity is an extra value. Yes. Okay, mostly you have given truthfulness, honesty, respect for elders and others, compassion, humility, ahimsa also we talked about, cleanliness, so many. These are all called pillars of Sanatana Dharma. Why should we follow these values? Can anyone say? What is the need? These values. Because we should not be self-centered. Sanatana Dharma wants us to care for others. See, truthful means you will not cheat others. Humble means you will not be arrogant to others. Compassionate means you will have empathy for others' feelings. Charity means you would like to help the needy people. Ahimsa means you will not hurt others. So every value is prescribed so that you are sensitive to others' feelings, others' problems. It should be a caring. You should be always be caring for others. Why should we care for others? Because we are getting benefits from everyone. We are, for example, from God also we get so many benefits. God only created, He gave us the human body, He gave us the mind, He gave us the intelligence, wisdom, knowledge, talent, everything has been given by God. Then what about parents? What are the benefits you are getting from parents? You tell me. Come on, whatever you feel, tell. Parents, why are you indebted to your parents? Hmm?
Everybody's mute, unmute
What
button is
happened
working.
today?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Ah,
Yes, Nitika.
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt, but I'm trying to join from a different device,
hmm.
and it's not working when I try to join.
Oh, are you able to hear?
We can
No,
see you,
ma'am.
Nitika. We can hear you clearly. I think it's fine.
From the other, no, I'm trying to join from another device. I need to give this device back to my mother, ma'am.
Okay, okay, do it. Ah,
It's okay.
it's okay, do it.
I'm
So,
in the waiting room, ma'am.
others answer now. Parents, what all your parents do for you? Huh? Answer.
Okay, Kushi.
Kushi wants to say something.
Ma, can you repeat the question?
Where parents, what do they do for you? What benefits you get from? Huh?
Ma'am, first is we get life. They give us
Yes.
education.
Uh, they give you all comfort. Everything your parents take care of you.
Ma'am,
They
whatever
assist
we
you
need, they give us.
everything. And what about okay, that is about parents. Then society also, there are so many people, everyone is helping you. See, for example, the farmer is there. If the farmer is not there, you won't get food. There is a milkman who provides you with milk. Then there is a shopkeeper. Only because there are shops, we can get our things. The teacher is there in the school, so you can get education. Everybody in the society is helping you in some way or other, isn't it? We are getting benefits from so many people. Somebody is providing you internet, that is why you are able to join the class today. So we are dependent on so many people in the society, so you are getting benefits from the society. Are you getting benefits from nature also? Now come out with the answer now. From nature.
Yes, Amma, by plants and
Plants,
Amma, by
yes,
plants we get oxygen.
yes. Then
From plants, we get food, we get oxygen. They are
okay.
the reason why we're able to
Even we will get wood for making
global
furniture.
warming.
Okay, plants. Anything else?
From Ayurveda.
From Ayurveda.
Okay. Now you don't be confined only to plants. In nature, so many things are benefiting you. What about sun? You forgot the sun.
Some people.
Sun we discussed.
Things like eucalyptus, neem and all give us medicines also.
Okay, okay.
That is Ayurveda.
Give other. So without sun we cannot live. Trees are there, plants are there, rivers are there, cow, animals, everything. We are getting benefits from from nature, from people, from parents, from God. So we are always getting benefits from other people. So we should be grateful to all. And also when we go on getting benefits, we are called consumers. You understand? You know? Have you heard of the word consumer? Consumer means we go on getting benefits from others. We are deriving service. They are getting service from others. Then you are a consumer. So okay, you are go on getting. Will you be happy with that? All your friends are giving you gift something or other. Will you be happy with that? What should you do? Tell me. You are getting help from so many people. What should you do?
Thank them and help them by something.
Huh?
Thank them.
Thanking is one thing. Yes, you have to be grateful. Number one, you have to be grateful. You have to thank. And then,
There are two possibilities. There are
Tell
two
me.
possibilities. We can pay them back, and we can also share. Them with others.
Very good. You have to pay them back. That is contributing. Consumer means you are getting all benefits from others, and contributor means you should also contribute. You should start helping others. So that is called, see this slide by Pujya Swamiji Dayananda ji. The yes should not be taken for granted. You have no right to abuse it and you can't disuse it. Make sure that you are a contributor and not merely a consumer. Do you understand now what it means to be a contributor and consumer? Consumer means you are only taking help from others, but contributor means you should also start giving back. Very good. And you should be grateful for that also. And for this, actually, to do this contribution and to be grateful, there are some disciplines. Our Sanatana Dharma has, discipline means you can say duties, which all householders have to do. We are going to talk about those duties today, which are called Pancha Mahayagya. See, as children also, one day we discussed, you remember, you have a lot of duties. You remember them? As children, you have duties towards your parents. What are your duties towards parents? You can say on your own, your duties towards your parents.
Prospering them.
Ma'am, we have to help them.
Ma'am,
You have to help them.
prospering them.
Have to?
Ma'am, Amma, we should be thankful to them because they give us everything what we need.
Yes, you have to obey them. You have to study well. Whatever they want you to do,
You have to give them respect.
Then your duties towards your siblings. We discussed how your brother, sister. You should not fight with them. You have to help them also. Duty towards teachers, we discussed. You can also have your duty towards your children. You can help others also in your society. So as children also you have duties. Like that, all householders, they have to do daily some duties as a gratitude and as a contributor. These are called Pancha Mahayagya. 5 types of duties are mentioned in our Sanatana Dharma. This, it is called Yagya. Yagya. When we say Yagya, what word comes to you? What thought
Puja.
comes to you? Puja. What type of puja?
Fire.
Fire. Yes, in Yagya, fire is very important. Have you seen any Yagya being performed?
Yeah,
Yes, sir. My temples and all we see it.
I did not saw it, but I saw it when it was completed.
Yeah, you do Yagya, and in the Yagya, when they did the ritual, Yagya,
Ma'am, we
they
were in
used,
housewarming ceremony.
yes, they used to do lot of offerings. Ghee, butter, grains, even clothes. And they believed these offerings, the offerings are called sacrifice. Yagya, and in the English, they call it sacrifice. And the fire, they believed that the fire will take these offerings to God. It's like a postman, that power fire had. So yagya means sacrifice. But now in Panchamaha Yagya, we use it in a different meaning. Panchamaha Yagya doesn't mean you put that fire and do that puja. See, any act you do as selflessly, with the attitude of sacrifice and dedication, it will be called yagya. See, even you are attending your Samskriti class can be a yagya. You know how? First of all, you have to sacrifice. You have to do some sacrifice. What sacrifice you have to do to attend Samskriti class? You cannot go to play for this 1 hour. You cannot watch TV. And then how can you be dedicated to this Samskriti class? Can you tell me? How to show your Shraddha? for Samskriti class? Anybody?
Amma attend it regularly and practice for
Attending it regularly, being punctual also. We want all of you to join exactly at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Unless there is some emergency, we should not be waiting for you. You should join exactly at 4 p.m. That is Shraddha. Then keeping
Amma,
your
we have
reading.
to,
Yes, yes, come on, you tell me.
Amma, we have to practice whatever they are telling. We have to be
Yes.
obedient to the
Very
teacher.
good. Whatever work we do, you have to practice it and do it well. Always you should try to your best. That is called Shraddha, not in an indifferent way. Okay, Vishnu Sahasranamam chanting you have to do means you should practice well and do it. So any act, if you do with Shraddha, selflessly, that can be called yajna. So if we do all our duties like that, caring for others, giving benefit to others, just imagine how the world will be. We will have a feeling of oneness with everyone, with nature, with other people, with parents, with God. We will develop that feeling of oneness. We will love everyone. There will be no conflict in the world. There will be no problem in the world. The world will become very peaceful. That is why,
Likit, 1 second. Likit, please be on mute. I'm trying to mute you. Please do not unmute. There is background noise from your side.
from that only the noise is coming. Okay. So that is the importance of Panchamahayagya. Now let us see what are these 5 yagyas.
Okay. So the Panchamahayagya. So as Sudha ma'am said, the duties, various duties of householders prescribed in Sanatana Dharma has been categorized into five types, and that is what we call as Panchamahayagya. So we will first see what they are. Okay. So the first one is Deva Yajna. Okay. So our duties and our gratitude, okay, our respects towards the supreme being, which is God. Okay. So that is daily we need to, this is part of our daily duty. We need to daily think and, dedicate some time for God. Okay. So this is the first type, which is called Deva Yajna. And we will deal with each of these yajnas, in detail going forward. The next one is Brahma Yajna. So in Brahma Yajna includes all our sacred texts, scriptures, Vedas, right, Upanishads. So all of this, so and the sages and gurus who have been responsible to carry it down from one generation to another. So our gratitude and our practicing and learning these scriptures, the gratitude that we express towards the gurus and sages, all these duties fall under the Brahma Yajna. The next one is Pitru Yajna. Okay. Pitru Yajna not only means, giving respects or paying respects for ancestors, but also respecting our parents and elders and all our ancestors on a daily basis. Just how we discussed about offering your pranams to your namaskarams to your parents on a daily basis and respecting them. So all these, it falls under Pitru Yajna. The next one is Manushya Yajna. This can also be called as Atiti Yajna. So Manushya Yajna, the gratitude and respect and our duties towards our fellow human beings. Okay, even if they are strangers, if somebody comes at our doorsteps and asks for food, or how we treat them, how we see God in them. Okay, so all these things fall under Manushya Yajna. And then the last one, Bhuta Yajna. So in our Sanatana Dharma, we know we see God in everything. We consider the nature, including plants and animals and mountains and planets and sun, everything as God. So our duty and gratitude towards these elements are called Bhuta Yajna. So these are the 5 types of yajna which are called the Panchamaha Yajna. On a day-to-day basis, we have our duties towards these elements, and and we need to follow that. Okay. So before we go on to the next, in the last week we had given some homework, and this was a question: why do we have an altar, puja room, mandir at home? So I want you to raise your hands. I don't want you all to answer at a time, but I also want to hear all of you. So please raise your hands who are all ready with an answer. Okay, first we'll go with Hasini. Yeah, Hasini.
Amma, having a altar or puja room is an integral part of Hinduism. Most of us might not be able to visit a temple to offer our prayers regularly. So we put a altar or a puja room separately for God.
Nice, nice, Hasini. Okay, we'll hear from Vaishnavi and sisters.
Amma, uh, over here in Pune, it's not easy to visit a temple because temples over here are very far away from our home. So it can it's also a possibility like we also keep a temple at home to often see the God and offer see blessings from him, and then we can remember and pray him often. It's also
Yes.
kind of a blessings to have God at our home. Idols and
Nice, nice, Vaishnavi. Any other new point anybody wants to say apart
Ma'am,
from these
may
two?
I tell?
Okay, Nitika.
Ma'am, so the reason we have an altar or a puja room at home is like if God resides in your home, he is literally watching you every second.
Okay, okay. I'll
Amma,
take in all
I
your
am
answers.
Hasini. I have another point.
Amma,
Hasini, we
can
will listen to others and come back to you, dear.
Amma,
Okay.
Uh,
can you say,
yes, yes,
uh,
Kushi.
if we keep a altar in our home, positive energy comes to us, and we can work.
Very nice,
We feel we are blessed.
very nice, very nice. And Ushashwini, you have also raised your hand, and then we'll also hear from Vishruta after Ushashwini. Yeah.
Ma'am, to remove bad vibrations from our home, or to like not let in the bad evil power.
Okay, nice. That's nice. Yeah, to remove the negative thoughts and vibration. Very good. And Vishruta.
Mom, when we have an altar at home, we feel safe and we feel like that God is with us always. And also, when we have God with us, then we won't have jealous feelings, because at that particular moment when we are near that, we feel like when we feel like we realize that we are doing something wrong, and we can immediately go to God and apologize.
Okay, so that's nice. So all of you have brought in some very good points. Okay, why we need, see, God is present everywhere. We know God is omnipresent. God is there in everything. Okay, so we do have a mandir or altar at home specifically. That is like a manifestation or a place specifically that we assign so that we can spend some time dedicatedly thinking about God. Keep that place extremely neat and keep it sacred, right? And then have put in some dedicated time and space for thinking about God, so that you remove all the negative thoughts, bring in positive thoughts, and your house, right? You have all positive vibrations in your house. Rest of the answers you've all given nicely. So we will move on to the next question. So why should we pray or offer gratitude to God? I will take answer from just one person. Somebody who has not answered till now, could you raise your hand? Yes, V Vaishnavi. Yeah.
We offer our gratitude to God because God has given such a beautiful life to spend and do many good deeds and help some people who are in need.
Okay, thank you. So, God, why? So now we know in the altar and mandir or in temple, we offer prayer to God. But why do we need to pray to God, or why do we offer our respects to God? Because God is there in everything, right? That is what will answer our next the topic, Deva Yajna. Isha Vasyamidam Sarvam. That is, the entire universe is pervaded by God, or all that is here is of and by Ishvara. Okay, the planets rotate in sync, in motion around the sun. All the elements like fire, wind, everything in the nature, plants and animals, everything that is available and is all is provided by God. And without God, all this wouldn't have been possible. We wouldn't have this life, right? So that's why it is very important that we pay our gratitude. And when you pray gratitude and when you pray to God, you also understand, you also learn to be humble, and then the ego within us, gets removed when you surrender before God. Prayer in itself is a very big topic which we will deal with later. Okay, it was just an introduction. Okay, so Deva Yajna, we just started. If I can take 3 more minutes,
Yes, yes.
Hemama.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure, sure.
sure. Thank you. So now the question is, okay, how do we know? So now we know where we do it, why we do it. So these are some questions we have answered. Okay, so how do we offer our gratitude to God? How do we pray to God? Okay, so what are the different things that we can do to connect to the divine? Okay, as for part of this Deva Yajna. So we're talking about Deva Yajna. So how do we perform this, our duty towards the Supreme Being? What are the options? Can one or two of you raise your hand? We will quickly try to listen to you and then move on.
It is apart from praying at home, other options.
Yeah.
Apart from praying at home in the puja room, in what other way?
Yes, Vedant?
It's like a coconut.
Break a coconut. Okay, fine. Kushi, I can hear from you, Kushi.
Chanting mantras and shlokas.
Exactly. So there's various ways that you can adopt as per your convenience and as per your liking to connect to the divine on a daily basis. So here we will see some of them. So the first one that you see is the performance of rituals and havan, sacrifice and puja. This they do at temples or occasionally at home during functions, or we arrange it. Okay, so this might not be possible on a daily basis, but yes, people, priest, and people who are learning Veda, who are associated with temple daily, they do it. Okay, and the simpler thing that you can do from home is having a puja mandir at home, saying your reciting the shlokas that dedicate some time for God by doing simple prayer and puja. Another thing that can be done is nama japa. Okay, just by chanting the name of God itself is sufficient to connect to God. And then here you see bhajan sankirtan. You are learning bhajan in Samskriti class also. What is the purpose? By singing bhajan during, even subconsciously, when you think of God, and when you chant God's name and when you sing praise of God, you subconsciously you are connected to the divine. Okay, and few others, meditation, dhyanam, you all know, right? You can spend few minutes daily in your puja room, in peace and in quiet. That's another reason why we have a puja room, so that it is away from the disturbance of the exterior world. So meditation is one way. Pilgrimage, like in Sanatana Dharma, we have this tradition of going on pilgrimage and visiting these very very famous and significant places of worship, which have existed for such a long time. So these places have their own power and positive vibrations, which also connect you to God. And then another thing that you can do, simple things that you can do, is visit temple in your neighborhood, in nearby location. Help towards the maintenance of the temple, because our temples are they are all they symbolize our Vedic culture. They're manifestations of our Vedic culture. Okay, so we have to preserve it. You visit and you will definitely feel a separate a positive vibration in the temples. You can also help maintain the temple by doing kainkariam, like volunteering for various social and help at the activities and help at the temple. So these are few ways how you can perform the daily duties of Deva Yajna. So that's it for today. Okay,
Bhajan we will have next
Bhajan
week.
we
There is
will
no time.
continue.
I had asked some of you to practice. Next week we'll do bhajan. Okay.
Okay. Now,
Okay, Amma.
over to Hema ma'am.
Thank you, Sudha ma'am and Soumya ma'am. So, Sanatan Dharma, the very beautiful value of gratitude. Let us continue with that. And I'll tell you a story based on this. How, to whom all can we give gratitude? Sometimes we give gratitude to people in front of us, but we forget the ones who are far away, safeguarding our borders. Can you tell me who they are?
Soldiers.
Yes, the
Soldiers.
soldiers. Yes, our soldiers, our army, navy, and Air Force personnel who are there in our borders, and they are safeguarding us from enemy attack and keeping us, very, very peaceful in our country. 3 days back, on 26th July, we celebrated the Kargil Divas. Kargil Divas was, Kargil War, you all must have heard of it, when our army soldiers, the Jawans and the officers very bravely faced the enemy in the border and did not allow them to enter into the country and safeguarded us. So today I'm going to talk to you about one such army officer, Captain Yogendra Singh Yadav, who was very brave, and how he how he helped us in this war and was so brave without caring for his own safety, how he fought for his motherland. Yes, so he is definitely a Kargil hero. Captain Yogendra Singh Yadav was born in Uttar Pradesh to a Fauji. Fauji means army, to an army family. His father was also in the army. And his Yogendra Singh's father had fought many wars when he was in the army. Indochina War and all he had fought. So their childhood and their teenage years were spent listening to the fathers to tell them about stories of his experiences in the army, which motivated two of the brothers to join the army. So both of the brothers, they got into the army, and Yogendra joined the army when he was just 16 and a half years old. After grade 11 on those days, one could join the army. Now it is after grade 12. So after grade 11, they would write the exam and they could enter as a Jawan or as an officer, two ways of entry. So he joined the army in a young age. And after a few years, in the year 1999, he was getting married. Just as he got married, the Kargil War started. Kargil War took place in the Kashmir border. And within a few weeks of his marriage, he was told to go to the once again. He was told to report to the base camp in Jammu. There's a transit camp in Jammu. Jammu is just below Kashmir. So he was told to go and report there. So leaving his family, leaving his young wife, he immediately, without hesitation, went and reported to the Jammu transit camp. And from the Jammu transit camp, they had the marching orders, and they had to move towards Dras. Dras sector is towards Kashmir. Children, I have had the opportunity to go to Dras and Kargil both. My husband being in the army, just after the Kargil war, we went to Amarnath Yatra, which we stayed in Dras, beautiful part of India, but very difficult terrain, very difficult conditions, extremely cold during winters, drops down to -50. And these soldiers stayed there and braved the elements in the weather, high altitude, lacks oxygen. And this area, they camped there in Dras and moving towards Kashmir. Okay, when we got the news that the enemy was invading into our borders. So they fought bravely for almost a month on the hilly terrain, just grassless. And that winter, there'll be no vegetation. So it's very difficult to get a cover also. So you have to face the enemy and fire and fight. It's very difficult conditions. They fought. A lot of the army officers and Jawans, they sacrificed their life during this first initial combat, and somehow we managed to overcome. And on 12th June, we captured one of the hilltops called Tololing. Okay, so slowly, step by step, we had to send the enemy back. Since they were coming in, it's like, you play these games also, video games, like slowly, you have to send them away from inside to not let them get into India. So Tololing was one, and Yogendra Singh was a part of this battalion which fought for Tololing and won it. Now, next they had to go and recapture Tiger Hill. So before that, they had to stay at the base camp. These are all very hilly terrain. You can't directly climb up because you're completely visible to the enemy. The enemy is right across in the opposite hill seeing you. So only at night time you can fight. So they stayed in the base camp, and few of the people would go up, and some people stayed at the base camp. So for them, Yogendra and two of his companions were selected to go every day and supply ammunition and food to them. So for almost a month, these three soldiers would carry heavy loads, go resupply the ammunition, give food, and come back every day from a very high point. It's very, I told you, oxygen is less, difficult to trek. So the commanding officer saw this, the CEO of the company, of the battalion, he saw this and noticed that these three boys are in top physical shape. They are able to take this physical, rigor of climbing up with heavy weight load and supplying without fear, very brave also. So what they did, they were recruited for the next mission. Next mission was what? For Tiger Hill, to recapture Tiger Hill. So Yogendra was formed was in the battalion, which was going to now fight for Tiger Hill. So they used to go at night. It's a very difficult terrain, as I told you. They used to go at night and slowly go forward, batch by batch. Everybody can't go at once. So as they were going, they were discovered by the neighboring country soldiers, and they started open fire, attack on them. So what happened? Only 7 of them could reach near the base camp of Tiger Hill. So of this 7, one of them was Captain Yogendra Yadav. They went there and they fought so bravely for so many days. They stood ground right opposite the enemy, and they kept on firing and trying to reduce the number of the enemy personnel. They knew that now we have only one choice, is we may die, and the certainty was death over there. But we, as far as possible, we will not allow the enemy to enter downwards. We have to keep them there on top. So the entire group stood there. They kept firing for hours and hours together till their, in the end, they fought for continuous 5 hours. The last day, and the ammunitions were almost over. So they just halted, waiting that let the enemy come near us and then we will shoot them, because we don't have enough ammunition. So slowly what happened is they started having very less ammunition left with them, because there were just 7 of them and there were so many people in the opposite side, and the opposite side started throwing bombs, and grenades and all. So Captain Yadav was injured. He was injured. He stood behind the hill and he did not lose hope. He gave first aid to himself, and he still maintained his vigilance, checking the army. But what happened is they were surrounded and they were outnumbered. And slowly, one by one, the 6 of his colleagues were killed by the army. And he also was there among them, lying down, wounded, almost unconscious. And the enemy, they shot at his chest. It is said that 17 rounds were shot at his chest. But luckily, it is God's grace only, he had a purse in that particular area in his pocket, which had many 5 rupee coins in it. So what happened? The bullets did not enter into his chest. They hit him with the impact and they bounced away. Of course, but the trauma of the bullets hitting the chest is so much, that force he became unconscious. And I think the soldiers thought that he is dead. Okay. And Yadav was completely unconscious on the ground. He did not know whether he's dead or alive. He was just lying there. As the soldiers were retreating, one of the soldiers' leg hit his foot. Immediately, Yadav gained conscious. He came to know that, no, I'm still alive. I can still do something for my mother nation. As he just gets up with all the pain, he doesn't lose hope. He takes a grenade and throws it at the soldiers. Okay. He tried to kill as many as possible. And with his rifle, he kept attacking them, crawled with his injured leg and came back through the backside of the hill, came back to his battalion and reported to them the position of the people there. You have to give them the position, no, where are they, want to attack, the strategy. He told them that and he fainted. He became unconscious because he had lost blood and also the trauma of the bullets hitting his chest. But he did not he kept his willpower so much that till the time he reached his battalion down the hill and give them the information, he kept himself conscious. That is the power of his will. And then, of course, the hurt and the trauma took over and he became unconscious. He was admitted in Kashmir and then the Jammu hospital. Almost 16 months he was in the hospital recovering his wounds. The commanding officer and the chief of defense came and saw him and heard, when he became conscious, heard about his story, and then they decided that he has to be awarded a medal. And what? Because when he was unconscious, after that, rest of his battalion, with the information given by him, they could go up and capture Tiger Hill, which was a great victory for us. And after he recovered, after Captain Yogendra Singh recovered, he won the Paramveer Chakra, the highest honor, military honor given, and he's the youngest recipient to have won this particular honor. So this is the story of Captain Yogendra Singh Yadav, army officer from Uttar Pradesh, who did risk his life for his motherland. And we have to think of these people also and pay our gratitude to them, definitely, as they are the ones who are keeping us safe. Their bravery, their sacrifice, the others who died, many of all the rest 6 of them with him, they died. They gave the life for Mother India, right? So this is a story of Yogendra Singh Yadav, a Paramveer Chakra. Luckily, by God's grace, he is alive and well. And now we go to quiz time. You can unmute yourself one by one and answer. Where was Captain Yogendra Singh Yadav born?
Uttar Pradesh.
Very good. At what age did he join the army?
16
and a half.
Yes, very young, 16 and a half. How do we know that he was in top physical shape?
That for three. That for
very brave.
Wait. One person. Oh, wait. One person answer. Tell me who is going to answer.
Ma'am, may I?
Sai. Okay, Sai answer.
they know that he was in top physical shape as for one continuous month he was going on top of the mountain and getting foot till the cave
Yes.
camp.
Very good. Very good. Next question. Can you describe his bravery during the war? Please tell me your name. Who is going to answer this?
Ma'am, Nitika, ma'am.
Nitika.
Ma'am, he was very headstrong that he would do his best to win the war, and he was very brave. Not brave. He
Yes.
was very immune to the injuries that he got.
Okay, so he could overcome his injuries. Very good. So he was very brave. Yes, thank you. Anybody else? Can you
Amma, I am Hasini.
Hasini, yes, Hasini.
Amma, during when other country army people found Captain Yogendra and his team, they were shooting and injured him. Even he got injured, but he still tried to do something for his mother nation.
Very good. Excellent. So he did not give up, even though he was so injured, bleeding, fired at the chest, but still yes, Vaishnavi.
And before he joined the war, before he started doing the war, he made a willpower in himself that, however, if they shoot him also and if he is injured also, he should fight for his motherland. So with that goal, he fought and the success came.
Excellent. Very nice. What medal was Yogendra honored with? Param. Yes, answer. You can answer. And who can answer this?
Vedant, ma'am.
Yes.
He was honored with Paramveer Chakra.
Yes. Very good. Now, last question. Why should we be grateful to our defense forces, Army, Navy, and Air Force? Who will answer this?
Ma, shall I tell? I'm Hasini.
Hasni, you already answered once.
Yes, Amma.
Anybody else? Who can answer this? Why?
Can I Chinmay?
Who is it?
I'm Chinmay.
Chinmay, yes. Chinmay, you can answer.
Ma'am, we should be grateful for our defense forces as they protect us from our enemy, and
Yes, yes, correct. And they keep us safe. Very good. Yes, thank you. So this was a story. This was our small tribute to the defense forces who keep us safe day to day. We do not know what they're doing, but in our mind, we can send positive intentions to them to keep them brave forever. Yes, yes. Nishant says they sacrifice their lives. Correct, correct. Thank you, children. And now I'll hand over to Lakshmi ma'am for the closing prayers.
That was a beautiful story by Hema. Children, all of you must have got patriotism in your mind, no, by hearing that. So always you must respect the defense people, and whatever help you can do, you must do. Okay, you must have it in the corner of a mind. Great respect towards the defense people. Okay, they are sacrificing their lives. See, my ma'am told immediately after marriage, he went, no, so that wife will be alone, all alone at home, no, thinking of her husband, how much pain she will have, no, at that time, whether he will come back or not, no, so many difficulties the families will get by doing that. So all defense people and families, you must respect, and you all should try to join defense. When you become older, you must have that feeling that I should do something for my mother country. Okay, so that feeling you must have. So you can do many things when you grow up for your country. Okay, so thank you so much, Hema. Just very nice story. Really, really enjoyable. Really, it touched my heart actually. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, we will close. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamasorma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.